Welcome back to another That's NFL Guy video. Today I'm going to be coming with you with the midseason award ceremony. Now, these are all in my own opinion, and these aren't completely all of the NFL's awards. I have some my own mixed awards in there. With that, this should be fun, and let's kick it off with the bust of the year. One guy we thought was going to go into this season, have an amazing start to the season, is Dalvin Cook. No touchdowns yet. Breece Hall has been doing what we thought he was going to do going into the Jets. Now, can we blame part of this on Aaron Rodgers? Maybe the defenses can load the box more now? Sure, but we're seeing Breece Hall outperform him. So this has to show that this isn't defensive linemen are doing really good against us, because Breece Hall is outperforming him. Next up, we have Breakout Player of the Year. Now, a couple of different guys could get this one. One guy I'm going to choose from Buffalo, his third or fourth year in the league, Zach Moss. He has been taking out of that place of Jonathan Taylor like he never left from 2 seasons ago. Been playing amazing football, been scoring touchdowns, 100-yard games. And I think one game he outperformed Jonathan Taylor. So I think that Buffalo could have made a big loss getting rid of him with that Nyheim Hines trade last year. But one thing we have to look at is, will this workload change with Jonathan Taylor coming back? Will he start to get less and less carries eventually and just fizz out of the league? Which hopefully he does not, because he has been playing amazing football and leading us into the most improved team of the year, the Cleveland Browns. This team, if you say the record to me, beginning of the season, I would not be shocked. One thing I am shocked is they have that record without Nick Chubb. Best defense in the league. Deshaun Watson is terrible. We've seen it. It's their defense. They beat the 49ers. They beat the Bengals. Their defense is amazing. And this matchup they're going to have with the Ravens is going to be one good matchup for the AFC North, which I will definitely be watching this Sunday. Next up on the list, we have the most improved, or the most underrated player, and that would happen to be Ternell Bernard of the Buffalo Bills. Now, I might seem like a little biased on this one, and I may be from watching the Bills games, but this kid has been filling in the role of Matt Milano perfectly. He has been doing everything Buffalo has been asking him to do, and it's not his fault that their entire defense is hurt, and Von Miller hasn't been doing anything yet. He's had one heck of a season, and halfway through it, especially for having low expectations going into this year. Next up is the exact opposite of most underrated player, the most overrated player of the year. Everyone's been hyping him up going into the offseason. Justin Fields. They've been saying, he has the weapon, he has the lineman, he's going to take a huge jump, and he's the future. Now, I think the right decision last year, going back in time, the Bears would take C.J. Stroud, who has been playing amazing football so far. He has looked unbeatable, putting that team in a wild card situation, which I'll touch on later. And what are we really going off of? We know he can run, but will he be able to pass the ball throughout the year and be able to compete with high-level teams? No. The answer is no, this far throughout the season. So I think the Bears might be looking to tank for Drake May or Caleb Williams out of this draft class. Next up, I have Comeback Player of the Year. Now, this will be the most risky prediction on this entire sheet of paper that I'm reading off. Aaron Rodgers. Achilles tore on the 4th play of the opening season. But what does he do? He says, I'm coming back. And as of right now, he is walking without crutches, a wheelchair. He's been throwing a football better than Zach Wilson. So this looks amazing if Zach Wilson can just preserve the Jets into a spot to just make the playoffs and let Aaron Rodgers do the rest, or get into a winnable spot for Aaron Rodgers to do what he needs to do, what we've seen in Green Bay. Next up, we have Coach of the Year. And this guy, I think I predicted it from the first prediction video that I made on this channel, is Dan Campbell. He would take a bullet for his team. I mean, what he goes through, his motivation, I think he is going, right now he's the best coach in the league. If you start a new franchise, who do you want? I want Dan Campbell. He has inspiration to inspire a team of 0-16 team to go out and win their last game of the season. He can find that inspiration out of nowhere. He found that inspiration to knock the Packers out of the playoffs last year, and that's why I'm taking him at Coach of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year will be the shortest conversation you'll ever hear. C.J. Stroud, look at his last game against the Buccaneers. That's all I have to say. Look at his last game stat line. Defensive Player of the Year, or Defensive Rookie of the Year, as of C.J. Stroud, is Jalen Carter. He is doing everything Philadelphia is asking him to do, and in result, Philadelphia is going back to being one of the best teams in the league, beating the Cowboys in their most recent game. Christian McCaffrey, run CMC, has a touchdown. He has a touchdown in the past game since he's been a 49er, which is incredible, honestly, what he can do through the passing and rushing game to really open up this 49ers offense more than we thought could be possible, which makes the 49ers one of the best teams in football, having this 5-threat option of George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, and Deebo Samuel all have a threat of doing something. You take away Brock Purdy, but you can also forget that he can run. And then pair it with one of the better defenses in football, and that's a great matchup for the 49ers to have. And their offense is heavily built around Christian McCaffrey, whether it's out of the passing game or receiving game, or rushing game. But if you look at it, he looks like the best player in football. He is the reason that the 49ers are so good. I'm not saying Brock Purdy is bad at all. I think Brock Purdy is great, but it can just help him even more. Just having one of those guys that can do whatever they want to do. Thanks for watching this video. This was from That's NFL Guy. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. And even turn on the bell if you really enjoy the content that you've been shown. Comment down below what I can improve on, and I'll try it. See you next video.